White Scars.
Yeah, this is the one you're going to have to sell me on the most.
Yes, I agree. My initial thoughts on them are they're bottom tier. Um, they're top, in my opinion. I think they're top tier. I think with my greater understanding of the game that I've accumulated over the time, like not greater than everybody else. I mean, like I understand the game better than I did my first opinions on them. Um, I think this is the finesse army. The bike rules suck. I completely disagree, but I'll get to that. So White Scars, +1 movement characteristics across the board.
Huge.
So huge.
Huge.
So your basic Marines +1 charge now. +1 move.
Right.
+1 charge.
And I think that's the creme de la creme.
Yeah, it's so good.
Inches instead of 7. Okay, that's cool. But the fact that they're all +1 charge.
That's right, Drink. That's another thing too. Bikes are mean opinion. There's a bunch of things bikes gain that really guys have. Okay, so advanced reaction. I think one of the best in the game.
Okay.
It's a movement phase reaction.
Okay.
After any fixture move, all of your units within 12 can make a full move.
Pretty huge.
Not closer, not away, a full move. It is a turn off your movement, turn off one of your turns potentiality movement. Everything in line of sight. Or one unit moves, a bunch of pleb units jump on forward and block. Like moving on your opponent's turn, huge. I think one of the best fights in the game. Now it's not for everybody because the advantages of it aren't obvious. It isn't a defensive one. It isn't an offensive one. It is a movement one. I think it's the most powerful phase of the game. But we've discussed this 1,000 times in the past.
And it's a super fluffy. Love it for them.
Tabe, if bikes were T5, they would be game-breakingly broken, and we'd all only bring them, and nobody would want to use them or play the game.
If it was T4 with Battle Hardened 1.
That's what they used to be back in the day, or effectively. Yeah. Well, no, they're T5, but instant death was reverse. T5 with instant death was the equivalent of 4.
Yeah.
So it's a reverse. But I don't think they need those. I think they're fun. But I'll make a case.
Yeah.
Warlord traits. They have a trader one. You have to be doesn't matter. It's nothing. Warlord traits not worth talking about really, but there's one warlord trait that gives you 4 invulnerable for your bikes for being your captain of the bike. It doesn't matter. So we have 2 really cool rights of war. I'll do the Stygian Mason one first. Basically, I think you can't have your primarch. It's narratively a bunch of White Scars went trader, but went back to Khan. She's like, you gotta redeem yourselves. Go over there and die.
Yeah, they're Death Seekers.
Yeah. So the army of Fearless and Feel No Pain. Is it Fearless Feel No Pain?
I don't know.
I go check the rule on the squad that has it. It's the Ebon Keshig. I think it's Feel No Pain and Stubborn.
That sounds right.
Okay, so they don't gain Stubborn. They gain 5 Feel No Pain and Fearless when they charge. Pretty cool. Okay. I like it. Like I'm not going to base all the rules off of that, obviously. The other one, the Trigoran Brotherhood, it's just Sky Hunters and what are the other ones called? Outriders become troop choices, and like some of them can become scoring.
Oh, TPOT brought up a good point in Mazan. I guess Slay the Warlord doesn't give.
That's right.
Doesn't have your warlords on the trade.
Yeah, because they're never worth. They're supposed to die. They're never worth anything. Yeah, it's actually. I think it's pretty good. That's not how I want to build my list off of. I would build off of the Trigoran Brotherhood though.
Well, yeah, but considering there's 2 legions with 2 very good rights of war that are all about headhunting, the fact that you can just be like,
oh, absolutely,
that's great.
I'm gonna downplay things that I'm not gonna use to argue that this is a good legion. But
sure.
I see what you're saying. So you have an army of all bikes, and they're scoring. If you want to do pure bikes, you can do it. You need no tax of troops, whatever like that. Right. The special jet bike. Now we're talking about what we're talking about. Power glaive, strength. It's a strength +1 AP3, breaching 5 up. It's a decent weapon.
Yeah,
I like breaching. Cyberhawk. They have a special Psyker console upgrade. I'd use it. It's not going to make me talk up the Legion, but I will get to the things that I actually really like about this Legion.
I love
I
the
think
Storm
Bites
Shield.
die way too easy to be worth it. I'm going to make an argument why that's very, very wrong. But okay, we got Khan. I think he's actually one of the best Primarchs.
Okay.
Because he has hit and run. You're not pinning him down. He's gonna do work and get things done when he needs. You like hit and run is probably the most powerful Primarch. Brutal's up there, but hit and run I think is even more powerful than Brutal on a Primarch. So if you're gonna pin me down with 20 tactical Marines because you're able to make a long bomb charge, whatever, and there's a chaplain in there who's far enough back that I can't challenge you, and you're stubborn 10, like you're holding me for turn. No, like this Primarch's gonna get away and do work. That right there,
It's definitely good.
so good. And then you can give him a 18-inch move. Like this guy, like if I gotta worry about that 10 last cannon squad, this guy's gonna charge him. Whole fatal line of sight. But I mean, what's his invuln? He'll have a 3-up invuln in the is Overwatch in the assault phase?
Yeah.
Because he has a 4-up invuln, but in the movement phase and assault phase is a 3-up invuln. So he'll have 3-up invuln in Overwatch. He can tank all those last cannons if he needs to do Overwatch. Okay, so one of the best Primarchs, in my opinion, but he's a little different from everybody. Only weapon skill 7, initiative 8. His weapon is going to be strength 7, 8, 9 on the charge. It's a fierce charge too. Strength 7 base, 9 on the charge. Enough to do instant death on Terminators. Mortar strike 5 up, Mastercrafted dual sight, all that kind of stuff. But if he doesn't wipe you out in the first round, he holds for one more round, and then on your turn, he hit right out of there and gets back to his strength 9 again. So even doing a Primarch on Primarch, and there's only 2 guys left, you charge, do some work, you take his charge back, you hit and run away, you shoot him, you charge back in. Like hit and run is Khan's best ability. So I love that. What does he do? He gives Furious Charge to White Scars.
Okay.
So now there's many ways of using that, but he gives Furious Charge to White Scars.
Yeah.
I need to talk a little bit about Golden Keshig because this is what I'm not sold on. I bet if I polled the audience, it'll be split 50-50, and everybody's gonna be like, I'm right and you're wrong. What is your take on the Kontos Power Lance? If somebody holds the line, can you use the Kontos Power Lance? Without fail, every time somebody brings it up, the audience is split. Yes, you can. No, you can't. And they both go, here's the rules as written proof. And I'm like, what's the rule? This needs to be addressed. Because I think I know the answer, but it doesn't matter what I say. There's no people that think the opposite version. So
right.
Can the Kontos Power Lance be used on the charge? With somebody holding the line?
So in my meta, we've deemed it as they get the shaft when someone holds the line. So
I am, when the FAQ comes out, I am 100% confident. Not that I'm happy not to use the Ebon Keshig, or the Golden Keshig, but I have a different argument from them altogether if you ignore the lance. I think you're going to be able to use the lance when somebody holds the line. You just aren't going to get the sudden strike 4.
Sure, and I would love for that to be the case.
I think that's the case. Somebody brought it was Luca went point. I'm like, oh damn, Luke, you were right. He convinced me. Like he's like you can use the Kontos Lance on the charge. However, I will never do it because the audience will get pissed off because half of them are going to get pissed off when it gets addressed. Because I'm not going to say 1,000% this is right. This is the breakdown. So I don't know what the intent is here.
Yeah, but the fact that like an entire community is like, well, we're never going to use that because of something that could happen, sucks for the entire army.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like, if you're running an all bike army, obviously you're going to want to run your fancy bikes. So I would love for them to fix that.
Okay, however, there is another way of looking at the Golden Keshig. Forget the lance altogether. They're not. So I'm doing the math on this game. So I had this written down before. Is it 40? So you take a 5-man a 5-man Tartarus Terminator squad.
Okay.
With power weapons. I know you wouldn't with White Scars, but if you did, you can just take 5 Golden Keshig with power weapons for marginally a few more points, and you gain 15-inch move and lose your 5 of invuln. Stat-wise, otherwise the same.
Losing your 5 of invuln is pretty huge, though.
Yeah, but I mean, with Furious Charge, Hammer of Wrath too. A lot of firepower, and that mobility. I think you can argue away the invuln, but it's not. I'm not going to make that argument. This is not my argument for White Scars. I actually think the Golden Keshig are the weakest part of White Scars. I'm not a bit like my White Scars list. I'm going to put Golden Keshig in it. I don't care if they're there. They don't have the purpose for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think they have their uses beyond the lances.
Also, just using the models as like an on-bike command squad would be tight.
Them going out and just attacking heavy weapon squads, like I think they have plenty of uses. The downside of the Golden Keshig is they're heavy and they can't advance and take advantage use of the free shouting whenever bikes advance.
Yep.
They should be able to have that. I don't know why they don't. Ebon Keshig, another unit that I think is really good, but I'm not going to make a contact for argument for why this makes them good. But Ebon Keshig are just Tartarus Terminators with movement 8, and feel no pain and stubborn, and they never give up scoring. They can never be scoring, and they never give up points. There's a solid Terminator unit, but I don't feel like they really work with the playstyle I want to play with White Scars. But you take this unit and put it in any other Marine army, like I'd love to have this unit. I love this unit. Yeah, not the playstyle I want to use. Then again, having them running around 12 inches a turn until they're ready to charge isn't terrible either, because they're in
that's true.
Tartarus, so they can keep up. But they stay under the theme. The weapons are underwhelming. No, they have the power glaive, which is +1 strength, +2 in the charge. So the wounding on 2s in the charge. AP3 murder, breaching 5 up. That's fantastic. And you can have. Well, you can't have lightning claws, but I think the glaive is so good. What's wrong, Sindri? What's wrong with the rules? I would love to put this squad into any one of my other armies. Why is they underwhelming?
Well, they're just underwhelming if like you're doing an all bike army.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nearly like thematically they don't fit, but they're 200 points. They're like dirt cheap. I think +1 to charge. Gonna run 12 inches until they're ready. Yeah, either way, I don't want to. Stuck on them.
I think compared to just to go back, 2 legions ago, Phoenix Terminators are 200 points and they're infinitely better.
Yeah. Infinitely better?
Yeah.
Feel no pain, stubborn.
Is it 5 up? Feel no pain?
Yeah.
Okay, so Phoenix Guard are also stubborn.
Okay. All right. Good arguments.
They're also
I like the squad.
4, I think.
But I mean, Phoenix Turners are one of the things that help push the Emperor Children into S tier. So
that's true. Okay, so what's the weapon skill to Ebon?
They're probably just 4. Yeah, they're 4. They're just regular dudes.
And that's one thing that I don't like about this edition. There's certain Terminators that are narratively supposed to be a cut above the rest, and they're only weapon skill 4.
Well, weapon skill 4 is a cut above the rest. You look at everything other than Marines, right?
I'm talking about other Marines.
Well, Ebon Keshig aren't supposed to be a cut above. These are guys who failed and did something wrong. These are Warhammer Fantasy Dwarf Slayers.
Okay. Yeah, then they can stay.
Yeah, their job is to die. Wait, leadership 10, stubborn. Oh, 3 attacks based on their profile.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad squad. So 3 attacks. Sorry, 2 wounds, 3 attacks base, breaching 5 up. Probably strength 6 on the charge. Either way, strength 5 otherwise. No, they have a lot going for 200 points. I put this into my Dark Angels all day long. I put my Iron Warriors all day long. But not why I'm making a case for our White Scars.
Should we move the ridiculous speeder?
Their speeder, at first glance, I didn't like. I'm like, this, I can get firepower elsewhere. And it's heavy.
So
it can't advance and benefit from the free shrouding.
Okay.
But then I'm like, wait a second, it's 105 points, hit and run, a lot of firepower. No, that's actually a very good thing. I want to put more and more in the list I want to make. I think these things are like auto includes. They're going to tear down dreadnoughts. They're going to kill anything. So decent speeders, but their support to the rest of the army. I don't know. I just don't know why it's heavy. That's it. Why is it heavy? But it's toughness 7, 4 wounds.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a really, really fast dreadnought in a system where dreadnoughts are very good.
Yeah, they just can't fight. Special characters, cool. Not worth talking about, just Keen's out. Okay, so you want to have an army where I genuinely believe if I were to buy this up, paint this up, I'd get a couple of battle ports in, and I wouldn't be able to do more battle ports with it because people will complain like crazy that what this army is going to do is going to stop your opponent from doing anything. You're never going to have line of sight unless I want you to. I'm gonna be able to focus firepower. The game is so killy, but what if I can move out of your line of sight, focus down things faster? If I don't want to get charged, you're never going to charge. If I want to go melee, all the bikes can do melee very well. Man, I'll go back just to the Outrider bikes. Take a tactical support squad for 40 points more. You gain twin length, double the movement, outflank. You gain the skirmish ability, so a better cover save. Free shrouded if you advance. So yeah, they're toughness 4, 1 wound. They're gonna have 2 saves all the time unless I'm shooting or charging. Then I'm only at 1 save that turn. So everything. The only downside of this list is if my opponent goes first,
okay, and
I can't hide my army, and it's not night, I might take some casualties. But that's true of every army. Now, this list will have a harder time hiding everything because your footprint's bigger, and White Scars do have the reroll a die for siege or whatever, or something else like that. They get +1 to the roll to see who goes first, and +1 to the roll to see. So they seize the game on a 5+. So even that thing that I'm worried about, I have better chance of anybody else in the game of like going first or seizing. So the one downside of the list is like, oh, I have mitigations that are built into the armies. Javelins with last cannons and multi-meltas, so good. Minimum squads of bikers everywhere. I'd buy chain swords and plasmas, or no, probably chain swords and plasmas. Maybe a melta squad. Doesn't really matter. It just you get so much for a few more points. People look at, oh, they're only toughness 4, only 1 wound. Well, the Marine is only toughness 4, only 1 wound. A heavy support Marine is only toughness 4, 1 wound. Assault Marine is only toughness 4, 1 wound. If the heavy support squad put Volkite, Scimitar bikes, sit in the back, shoot at things that can't return fire, concentrate, you pick off a section of your army, your opponent moves to like react to where you have moved, and then you're back the other way. Like, the movement is so ridiculously powerful that I'm going to tell you, like, we're going to do this again in a year after I get my White Scars done. We're going to move them to S tier. I am 100% confident in that. You're going to be like, please don't play your White Scars. I don't want to play. I want to play the game too, because White Scars are going to stop you from playing the game. That's my argument.
So let me ask you this then.
Yes.
As a Dark Angel player, why would you ever make this a White Scar list and not a Dark Angel list?
Because White Scars with the 2 very good. I thought about this in great detail. 2 very good reasons. Because Dark Angels can do all Ravenwing, and when Ravenwing does the Shrouded, they get to reroll their saves. That's so stupid good. No, here soapbox time. 2 reasons. Okay. 1, the Chigoran Brotherhood.
Okay. The
Rite of War gives me scoring bikes. The Dark Angels don't get scoring bikes.
Okay, that's pretty hot.
2, what the hell's Johnson going to do for a Ravenwing list? Khan is going to make it S tier.
By giving them
2 reasons right there. No. Johnson can't keep up and play with the play style of the Ravenwing list. Khan can. Khan on foot can, let alone Khan on a bike.
Wait, why can Khan on foot?
Because he moves 8, he runs 8, he runs 16. Hit and run.
Okay. Yeah, I see your point. Okay. I'm going to say, until I see that list.
No, I get you. I'm so, like, you know me better than people watching this, right? You know how I'm arrogant on camera, but like I'm super arrogant on camera. I'll hold back things that people are going to disagree with me on a lot of things, but this is like, no, I want you all to disagree with me because I'm going to show you.
Because I hear you when you say, oh, you're never going to get line of sight on me, but that also means you're not getting line of sight on me.
No, I am. So I'm gonna put line of sight on enough units that I know I'm going to kill. And then when I'm the things that the lanes that you can see, you guys are all dead because I didn't put 1 or 2 things shooting at them. My army shot at them. So now you have to shift over. No, it's gonna be so frustrating to play against. I'm so positive.
Okay.
Thank you, Todd.
I'll tell you what. when it's done, you let me know, and I'll make the drive.
Beautiful. Please don't show me bikes with scars in 2.0 because I want them to be good. My experience. Well, so and I'm gonna point out this again. I agreed. Sorry, not I agreed. My thoughts on white scars early were okay. Bottom tier, mediocre. I don't see it. It's only because I've played so many games that now I see the value. Like just my 1 unit of Ravenwing Scimitar Plasma guys. Like I've only ever got shot. They got shot like once ever. Like they don't die. Like I put them where they only shoot at things that don't return fire. I allowed somebody to return fire on them once and they died. I'm gonna put the only fire at things that can't return fire because of range or stuff like that. Like they have so much power. Like so much. Like the ability, their movement is their biggest strength. I can move away from this. I can get on this. I can block that. It's just what my whole army was that. That's my thing for white scars. So we got them in B tier, and I'm comfortable leaving them there until I can prove otherwise. But chat, have I convinced anybody that they belong up in A? Or Frenchie, have I convinced you, or should we leave them at B until I can back it up?
Unconvinced.
You're unconvinced?
Unconvinced.
Okay.
Solid.
All right.
I see where you're coming from, but it's one of those I need to see it in practice because all I see right now is a bunch of really expensive bikes.
Thank you, Cat Bond. They're not expensive. That's the point.
How much is a 5-point scimitar squad?
Hey, wait. Just for weapon skill from them, why are the jet bikes good? Oh, white scars. Oh. Okay, here. I'll do this for you right now. Let's go. What do you have open?
I've got the trader book.
Go to a heavy sports squad.
Okay. Heavy sport. Okay, 100 points, 5 dudes, comes with heavy bolter.
All right, give okay, let's go just heavy bolters. So you have 5 heavy bolters for 100 points.
Okay, yep. So 20
I'm trying
points.
to find the
page 59 in the trader book.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna have to add 60 points. So for 165 points, you get the same heavy bolters. So 65 points more than the heavy support squad. I'm gaining 16-inch move.
Which is great.
Double the move. I mean, double the wounds.
Double the wounds.
Deep strike, hammer of wrath, relentless, can't be pinned, and a chainsword if I have to fight.
It's fairly solid.
Then they can put a Vulcan on there, or a plasma, or a multi-gun, multi-melta.
I think the two biggest strengths that
gain a lot.
Yeah, I agree. The two biggest strengths that I think a lot of people are going to overlook is A, they can't be pinned. Because if you pin a heavy weapons team, they're useless. And if something
wait, hold on. These are so vastly superior to a heavy weapon squad because they're relentless. They can move and shoot. I can move my heavy weapon squad 16 inches and get line of sight and range on targets and avoid yours. Once I started doing the math on this, I'm like, why would I ever take a heavy weapon squad ever again?
What?
Other than las cannons, because they can't take las cannons. Now let's go back to my favorite one, the Outrider squad.
Yeah, the one I never see. Yeah.
Yep. So it's going to cost 50 points more. That's one. So how many points is 5 tactical support squad with plasma?
Like 150, I want to say.
150. Well, the Outrider squad is 135 points. It's cheaper. You gain twin linked, you gain twice the movement, you gain free shrouded, you gain skirmish, you gain scout, you gain hammer of wrath, you gain a chainsword, and it's cheaper.
135. Sorry.
135?
Yep.
Same points. All right, now let's compare the Outrider squad to a tactical squad. Outrider squad with upgrades, 85 points for 5, 100 points for 10 tacticals. Chainsword, twice the movement, scout, hammer of wrath, hit and run. I forgot about hit and run, and relentless can't be pinned.
Okay.
Stop comparing everything to first edition. Comparing to what you do in the game now. I do that for the movement alone. I'll pay 50 points to get my. You only get 3 Outriders. Okay, good point. Okay, sorry. So it's going to be 135 points. It'll be 35 points more. Yeah, you're right.
But still, I see your point because previously. A scimitar bike was a tough 5 two up save, kind of just a really mobile juggernaut.
They were broken, and everybody bought them to be powerful, and everybody stopped reviewing them because they were just too good.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, we should probably move on if you want to try and get the rest.
Okay, so I've already convinced you. What's next? Who's next?